Hello everyone. My name is Liene Uresina and I'm a business and money mentor. I was sitting today and I was thinking what would be the best topic that we can discuss today, that I can discuss today, where I can give you value based on my experience, because I've been in business since 2009. So we can say right now it's like 14 years when I have built two successful seven-figure businesses. And trust me, sometimes, you think that the person is really successful, but actually inside they're miserable. That was the case with my first business. Me and my husband, we built fast food chain. Within a few years, it grew to 8 restaurant business, selling franchises. We had a production. Basically, I was really successful from the outside because we were in magazines, in news, exactly what my ego wanted. But I was miserable from the inside. And we came to the point where I made a decision. It was a tough decision because that business was like my baby when I decided to leave that business. And the challenge after I left that business was, how can I build another successful business, but so that it gives me a fulfillment? Because I didn't want just the success. At the beginning, I was thinking I want a success, I want a money, but actually I wanted the fulfillment. I wanted joy. I wanted to serve people. I wanted to help people. And it took some time so that I come to the point where I make a decision that I am building this business. I am having this new business. And luckily, I found this mentorship, coaching, hypnosis. I'm an inspirational teacher about money, about the confidence, about the business, and I'm also teaching people meditations. It seems silly, but as a hypnotherapist, I can tell you, I can assure you actually, this is one of the most powerful tools how to change your subconscious mind. And today I'm gonna talk about 5 main things that I learned based being in my 14-year business experience. Let's go to the point number 1. Don't think that by selling cheaper, you're gonna get more clients, and don't underestimate yourself. So when I was running my restaurant business, we went through different stages, when we were up, when we were down, because this business is pretty tough, right? And I remember we were 3 partners, me, my husband, and another guy. And when the things were going worse, the thing that we did was we were thinking that by lowering price, actually damping the price, we're gonna attract more clients. And back then I didn't understand anything about the marketing. I was just following what my partner is saying because he was back then a marketing guru. It kind of attracted in the short term the people, and we attracted the people who wanted to eat very cheap money. Now, when I'm in my coaching business, when I'm building my online courses, actually, I have created already 14 programs in my country where people are learning mindset, strategies, business, money, confidence, all those things that are necessary for us to succeed. And now I understand that I would never, ever lower my prices again. I am the most expensive coach in my country. I'm selling the most expensive programs in my country. Basically, I can tell you I am like 20 times more expensive than anybody else. And when people come to my challenges, to my programs, they know that they will invest quite some money. But the thing is, I'm the most, I'm selling the most programs. And I will tell you one thing. How do I do that? How do I get to that point when people come to me and they will pay whatever price I'm asking from them? Because I build the value. If you don't market yourself, if you don't have clear audience, if you don't have clear vision for your business. And if you think that by lowering price, people are gonna buy, I mean, when people are not buying, it is never about the price. Never, ever. It's about the price. The reason why people are not buying from you, it's because you haven't marketed yourself or showed yourself as a top brand, as someone who knows the value, who provides the value, who has been in front of eyes of this person who is your ideal client. I always follow this strategy, you have to have 7 touching points to that client, because people need to see you. And if you think that you're gonna exist and people are gonna just come to you just because you exist, it's not true. I'm always there for my clients. I'm in Instagram stories, I'm providing value, I'm always sharing the knowledge. I do have the credibility, right? I'm a Tony Robbins coach, I'm a Forbes coach. I have so many case studies, I have so many testimonials. The people who are my raving fans, people who are coming in my courses, they're always inviting their friends because their friends are seeing that they are dramatically changing. As one guy said, the reason why I decided to join your program, because I remembered that girl who was miserable, and in one moment when I met her next time, she was shining, she had a purpose. And I asked her, what is she doing? She said, I went to the Liene's course, which is a big compliment for me, right? But what I'm trying to say you need to build the value for yourself. You need to understand how to speak in the language that your potential client will understand. And I never want to work with the people who cannot afford. I want to choose to work with people who understand, who have money, who understand the value of investment in themselves, who will take action, who will not cry all the time, who will not complain, who will take responsibility. So I must show up in the way, and I must show my brand that this is a really valuable brand with those things that I mentioned before. So that was lesson number 1. Second lesson that I learned in my 14 years of business is, don't think that by working more, you're gonna make more money. So that was another, there is a previous Liene that was running the restaurant business, and it was really successful, right? And this is existing Liene, who is really successful, but she is more, happy. Her eyes are shining. You can see the energy probably because it's light, it's not heavy. I'm enjoying life. I love my life. But that Liene was really thinking that if I gonna work more, I gonna make more money. I was doing everything. I was creating the invoices. I was taking care of my team. I was serving to my clients. I mean, you name it. Everything was under my control because I didn't trust people, because it was kind of my baby that I had to take care of, because it was my baby and I couldn't trust anybody. And I was always thinking, how can I trust to somebody if I can do it better? So I better do it myself. And I came to the point where I was so overwhelmed, stressed. I was basically miserable. I remember when me and my husband, we were going on vacation, and I was so squeezing myself, the last drop of my energy. When we went to the vacation, I got sick. I had angina. We had to go to doctors. Always we had the visit to the doctor because the body is so tense, full of stress, that when you release it and you go somewhere rest, then body is just like releasing it, and you start to get sick, and your immune system, of course, is falling down. So in this business, before I joined it, I knew that this is something I would never, ever wanna. I organized my camera. I would never, ever wanna be in that place again. And the first thing when I wrote down the criterias, How do I want my business to be? I knew that I want to be in the personal development. I knew that I want to help people. I knew I want to work online. I knew that I want to create, I didn't want to work from 9 to 5, from 9 to 7, but I wanted to be able to manage my calendar so that I can really, if I want to do nails, I do nails. If I want to stay home with my daughter, I stay with my daughter. I love traveling, so my schedule had to be really flexible. And actually, now it is super flexible because that was the decision that I made. And now, when I understand, as better I feel, as more I am in the resource where I'm rested, when I'm full of joy, when I'm, do you have any time the moments when you are sleeping, like you haven't slept and you have really tired, you are becoming grumpy and you don't like anything, the life seems so hard and you don't like your husband, your kids, everybody makes you crazy. So this is not the status that we want to have for ourselves, especially we as women entrepreneurs. Our main job is to be in state. And trust me, I can tell you because I know how previous Liene felt and how existing Liene feels. I work right now maximum 20 hours per week. That was the decision that I made. Sometimes I work 15 hours, sometimes I work 10 hours, sometimes I work even less. But just because I know that I don't generate money with my physical work. I generate money with my ideas that I implement in my business that gonna come to me. Because if you are exhausted and tired, you don't have the ability to strategize. You are tired. You don't have the ability to think about new ideas. All what your body wants to do is just rest. But what you do, you keep pushing, you keep pushing, you keep pushing, and you come to the same point where whether you don't have an income, whether you have the same income, but there's a saying, with the actions that you are making right now or that actions you are taking right now, you cannot generate a new income. If you want to solve the problem, you cannot solve it by the mind that you have created that or by the thinking that you have created that problem. You have to have completely different thinking. And in order for you to have a completely different thinking, you have to relax your mind. You have to relax yourself. You have to be resourceful. That's why I meditate so much. I have created like 30 meditations and people are my raving fans. They are buying my meditations because they say, Liene, they work. Literally, they work. Of course, they work because they are built based on hypnosis, right? And if you are meditating every day, this is at least those 20, 15 minutes when your mind is focusing from the problems that we have as a business owners to something that, okay, I'm here, I'm now, what is it, something that I need to work on? And we are shifting the focus on the present moment, on the enjoyment, on the peace, on the harmony. And that's what we are looking for. But if we think that we need to work harder and we will rest later, this is the false limiting belief that society has built in us. Especially, I'm coming from Soviet Union country, the work was really respected. Those people who worked really hard, they were honored, they were celebrated, they always were brought on the pedestal, and they had the presents and everything and rewards. And you see, this mindset is now a little bit still in the community. And I am a true believer, we ladies, we can work less. We can enjoy life, and as better we're gonna feel, as more time we're gonna spend on ourselves, as more resourceful we will be, and as better business ideas we're gonna have. All my genius ideas that I have, for my courses, for my marketing activities, for my stories, they are created exactly in the moments when I completely calm. And actually, let me show you this book that I have created in my country. The name is Everything is Okay with You, and this is the bestseller book in my country. The name came when? During my meditation. As simple as that. The prices for my programs and the names of the programs, they are coming while I'm meditating. I would never share this if it's something that because I always walk my talk, I share only the things that are working for me, that has been working for me, because I want that people implemented this as well. So I hope you have clear understanding. So number 3 thing that I learned was your mindset is everything. I remember when I was listening Jim Rohn. He's a mentor of Tony Robbins. And Jim Rohn is saying, work on yourself harder than on your business, and your income and your business on your success will change. And I couldn't understand, what does it really mean, work on yourself harder? And then when I meant massively in the personal development, I started to go to Tony Robbins seminars. Then I became one of 100 Tony Robbins coaches, one of 30 business results trainers. When I was working for Tony Robbins, it was exactly the time when I was constantly feeding my mind, working on myself, and it became truly my habit. And then I started to realize that my life is starting to change. That I was, instead of just going and pushing, I spent still now it's been already like 7 years, every single day, I will feed my mind for 1 hour. I will have something that I listen, whether I'm gonna read a book, whether I'm gonna listen program. Mostly I'm listening the programs, or I will listen a podcast or some YouTube video, but I will all the time feed my mind. Because when I get the clarity how my mind is working, how the business is working, what I need to do, I build the strength in myself. And I'm becoming so unstoppable. My new book name will be Unstoppable You, because I understand, all the resources I have within me. And whatever it's gonna be, because winter is coming, winter is always gonna be there in business, in life, some things are gonna happen. And what doing most of the people, they shrink when the problems and challenges are rising. And this is not my case. What I teach people, I teach them to be more stronger, more resourceful, so that they can see that the power is within them. And that was exactly when I started this sharing in my country, before I was working more with the business owners, entrepreneurs, worldwide millionaires. And then when COVID hit, I started to record some videos. It was just for fun. I was just like, hey, my name is Liene, and this is the situation. Everybody is scared, but I want to say that the strength is only within you. All this knowledge that I was learning, I was sharing with the people. And people went crazy. They loved it so much. They started to suggest me, and I grew really, really massively with my following. But why did that happen? Because I think we've been taught in the society also to be afraid. Everything that is created in the world, with the war, especially Ukraine, all other wars, problems, economical crisis, and all those things, we've been built in the way so that we are afraid. And when we are afraid, it's more easy for us to be controlled. And who wants strong community, right? Then we're gonna have our rules, our this, our that. And I am true believer that you have all the resources within you to build successful life, successful business, to make as much money as you want, to build a beautiful relationship, whatever you want. But what we need to do, we need to expand our knowledge about that topic. We need to shift and change our thinking about the money, about what you want to create in your life. And when you do that, when you have this knowledge, then you are becoming unstoppable, because then you start to take the right actions. Then you start to, make the right decisions. one of the biggest reasons why I came into the personal development was my husband. We just didn't have that happiest marriage, you know. We really loved each other, but since we come from the different cultures, my husband is coming from Turkey and I'm coming from Latvia, you know, we had a different language, different culture, different religion, different language. I mean, all those things that would make us not to get along. You know, he had a different model of the world. I had a different model of the world. So it was pretty tough and hard. And I couldn't understand, you know, why do we fight so much? I love him so much. And, you know, it was so difficult for me to build that relationship. So instead of blaming at the beginning stage, I blamed him, but then I took full responsibility and I started to learn about women, about men, how we think, how relationship work, like all of those things. And guess what? This is a long story short, but right now I can tell you I've never been happier as I am right now. Because what I was doing, I was adapting the model of my parents and implementing it in my relationship, which didn't work. And he was doing exactly the same thing. What he saw, what he learned with his parents, he was bringing in our relationship. So, and we had this mismatch. And trust me, there are very rare moments when people have really this match when they meet together. They usually need to adapt. But if you don't understand how woman thinks, you don't understand how man thinks, then always there is going to be a problem. So what I'm trying to say, you must learn how you are thinking, how things are working in business, in life. You have to understand the concept so that you can build unstoppable business, unstoppable relationship, everything that you want, an income, unstoppable, right? Okay, let's go to the fourth one. Without team, you can only make as much money you make right now, and you will be always miserable and tired. I was telling to you when I was running my first business, it was after 2 years when one of my partners, he started to see that, you know, it's becoming too difficult for me. I was always tired, always stressed. And he came to me and he said, Liene, I think you need help. We need to hire CEO. And Liene was so, you know, young and by ego driven. I said, there's no way. No way. You know, we won't bring into my company another person. I was just so jealous, you know, and now when I'm thinking back then, I was so stupid, you know, I would be so happy right now if this would be the same case. But then I was, you know, thinking that I'm the smartest one. Nobody will take care of my business as I'm take care of, so that I cannot trust anybody. Why, you know, I was so afraid to give the control and actually my significance. The business was all about me. So now when I'm in this business, all the team that I have around 10 people who are working, they have their own responsibilities. Everybody is working in their zone of genius, the same as I am working in my zone of genius. The rest is delegated. Otherwise, how do you think I can work 15, 10, 20 hours per week and make money and money flows to me even while I'm not working? You know, otherwise you cannot do this. You have to have strong people, a player team who is gonna help you to run your business. And here's a very important thing. I'm very carefully choosing the people who are working for me. There's a saying, hire slow, fire fast. And usually we are doing the opposite. You know, we are firing very slow and hiring really fast because we are excited. And then we think that this person is going to help us. And then, you know, we have this disappointment and all that stuff. I've been going through this, but that's not working. I'm very careful. Now, when I'm hiring the people, I don't hire people who are like me. I hire people who are covering the parts in my business that I'm not strong at. If I know I'm not strong with numbers, I have somebody who is going to help me with numbers. If I know I'm not strong with writing posts and everything, I have somebody who is writing emails, who is doing this. I'm giving them idea, and you know, they are doing the best they can. And the very important thing, you have to have this cultural fit. You have to know what are gonna be top values of your company, and only hire the people who will match the values. Not who will match your personality, but who will match your values. And learning and lesson number 5 is your main job is to generate new leads and make more money. This is a huge mistake that I'm seeing that business owners, entrepreneurs are doing. They are all the time working in the business, not on the business. They're solving the problems. They're all the time busy with day-to-day operations. And they are wondering, why the income sometimes is coming and sometimes is not coming. Because you as a business owner, I believe you don't have to solve those problems, especially those problems that are, on the daily basis. You have to have somebody who's going to take that role. And you're going to say, easy to say, there are no people, but trust me, there is more than that. I cannot cover in one video everything, but you have to be working only in your zone of genius. That strong part, your zone of genius that you are best at, that you enjoy doing, that you love doing. For me, this is speaking right now in the camera, like going live, sharing the stories, marketing myself, and the rest is always delegated. I cannot coach people because this is not my zone of genius. It's my zone of excellence. I'm very good at it. I'm excellent at it. But I know if I'm gonna do it the whole day, I'm gonna get tired. You have to find something that you will feel really passionate about. You could do it even without any money. And this is who I am. I just share my knowledge. I just share my experience, and people love it. People, giving me compliments, and they want to work with me just because I'm working in my zone of genius. So this is a key lesson. And you have to have all the time, you have to have the time where you are working on the business, building the strategy, how you're gonna attract more money, how you're gonna attract more people, more leads. This is your main job, to make sure that company is constantly bringing new leads. But if you are so busy with your day-to-day operations, and if you are constantly solving the problems and you don't have anybody who is helping you, how you can build those dreams? You probably have something. I would want to do this. I would want to do this. I would want to write a book. I would want to create this project. This could be nice. I should cooperate with this person. And you always have, sorry, but I don't have time for that because I'm too busy on what I have right now. But this is a wrong mindset. You should be shifting it and working on your business, not in your business. And when you're gonna work on your business, you are becoming not only business operator, but you are becoming a business owner. That's why actually we started business, because we wanted the freedom. We wanted, to be able to manage our time, to do whatever we want, whenever we want. Otherwise, it is impossible. So these are my 5 learnings from my 14 years of experience in my business. Please share in the comment below which lesson did resonate with you the most. And maybe you want to share with me what is your key lesson, what you learned in your business. So thank you so much for listening, and I'm looking forward to seeing you and hearing you soon.